and we end this war here now. I'm enjoying this, Prime. Get to your feet. You were always the slower one, the weaker one.
Right, and we are back for another Megatron Draws. Obviously not on Sunday because, well, the streams are going to get a little bit busy this month because I'm busy this month because I got lots of work to catch up on. So, but yeah, so obviously we're doing a Megatron versus Optimus Prime. So before I get started, though, I kind of want to. So basically, the way things are going to work on my channel for this week, this month at least, is going to be a bit more hectic because it's going to be obviously I said earlier because I'll be having because my streams are going to be a bit more unscheduled, or there's going to be not a really fixed time this month because I have a lot of work to do, and most of my Sundays are already kind of booked up, so I'll most likely whenever I have like a day off or something like that, I'll that's where I'll probably be streaming. But yeah, how's everyone's was it Wednesday or Thursday? It's Thursday, gosh. All right, what day is it? It is Thursday. All right, good. I'm already losing track of time. Feels like Wednesday. But yeah. Obviously, I threw up a poll asking people questions, very important questions. Obviously, we're starting with Optimus Prime. We're going to go for. Obviously, this is very much G1 inspired designs here because that's how I like it. Okay. Starting with the R29 for those interested. Take my sweater off. It's constricting me. Seems a little fuzzy there. All right. On YouTube, it looked a little off, but it should be good now. Gotta make sure we aren't getting the triangles here because they're supposed to be yellow. Really take time. This is actually kind of a nod, a little bit to G1, but also a little bit of nod to IDW because there's a part. There's an entire arc where Megatron actually steals the Matrix. But the only problem is you can't actually activate it. You can't use it because obviously only a Prime can use it. But still a pretty cool storyline. That was in the All Hell Megatron storyline, where Megatron basically conquers Earth after defeating the Autobots in a battle and basically driving them away back to Cybertron and whatnot. And Optimus is critically damaged and stuff like that. And he's lost the Matrix and all that. The Autobots are kind of like scrambling to get their shit together. Yeah, I cannot talk today. I am all sorts of tired today. I had a shift last night, and then I had a shift this morning, so haven't really had a whole lot of sleep. But I know my great fans, as few as they may be, are dying for some art. So Also did a lot of brainstorming for my book. A lot more getting better feel of like the story and the characters and whatnot. Still still very early stages, but we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with it. So yeah. All right. Let's get the Gotta be very careful. I'm going to be using a different like shade of red for the symbol, just kind of differentiate it just a little bit. So I'm just going to color around it. Or oof. Yeah, I messed up. Right. That's why I like drawing the Decepticon symbol. It's way easier. Oh, but symbol's too complicated. And just leaving some white areas to kind of add a bit of a highlight. See, he's a robot, so it should be a little bit of a shine to him. And obviously, he's getting his like insides like kind of torn out because of the Matrix. So, hey, Javed. So lag? Oh, let's see if I can fix the. Not too sure what's going on there then. Star Scream's in the lead now. Here, maybe I change the quality of it. Shouldn't be my internet because it's at 4 bars. So I don't know. Maybe that fixed it. Who knows? Okay. Yeah. Seems a little off on my end actually. Just looking at the YouTube feed. All right. Well, hopefully it gets a little better. Here, I'll zoom just a little bit. Yeah, let's zoom out just a little more. There we go. All right. Got to remind myself to make sure, check the camera, make sure you're all seeing what I'm doing. Bit should go up. Okay. All right, Sanders in the lead actually. Stealing it from Starscream. Let's leave that area actually. If I do that X. Hey Grumpy, how you doing, man? 2500 is good. Gotcha. But you can't make me pick between him and Soundwave, yeah. Oh, it's a little bit laggy. All right. I try to put it on a different setting, but I'm not too sure that's working here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe try lower. Maybe that would be better for my internet speed. Or let me know if that fixes things. I switched to a lower setting, so and then I'll just try going back to what I usually use, and I'll just have to work through it. But yeah, how you doing, Grumpy? It's been a while, actually. It's been a while. When was my last stream? It was like last week or something. So I took this Sunday off. I had work and whatnot. Then I kind of need a break, anyways. The stream I was doing, I had like 9 streams last week. I'm gonna leave some of this open for when I do the axe because it's gonna be. Yeah, I kind of want to add a little bit of a glow effect going on here. So I'll use my lighter reds for that. Build into the yellows and shit. Yeah, Mega Supreme's a great character. He's a great, especially in like Transformers Animated and in Transformers and G1. He's a really solid character in both those iterations. Let's get rid of that. All right. Let's see. Should be good. Problem is, I'm trying to look through it. It's kind of a weird angle, so I might just leave that for now. I might just leave that all gray there, honestly. Yeah, it should be good. Just tie up this area here. Yeah, I loved his Mega Supreme's story in the animated cartoon, where he had kind of a strong friendship with like Ratchet and whatnot, and all that. I just like that version of the story. Although I will always like the G1 story as well. Yeah. Although they kind of retcon the Constructicons in that storyline a little bit, because like in the original cartoon, it was kind of fluctuating a little bit. But they kind of retconned the Constructicons like 3 fucking times in that cartoon. Like their backstory, anyways. Because like in the first episodes they showed up, which is I think the Heavy Metal War episodes, like they established that they were created on Earth by Megatron. But then in the Mega Supreme episode, they explained that they were already on Cybertron well before they went to Earth and stuff like that. So kind of messed with things there, continuity-wise. And then later on, they go back on that even further in like the later seasons and kind of show that the Constructicons were there before Megatron was even created. It was a weird time. Like, I mean, lore's always. I mean, for Transformers, lore's always been kind of all over the place, but which has kind of been a major detriment to the series as a whole, at least in my opinion. Yeah, but to be fair, at that time, obviously, the universe was kind of just like forming, so it's not going to be 100% perfect. Obviously, they're kind of still figuring their stuff out. But I feel like they should be at this point in the, they should be really. Actually, I forgot something. Hold on. But yeah, they should really be focusing on making a more solidified version of the story. Maybe the wrong red. Hold on. Which they kind of tried to do that a little bit in when they did the line continuity, but which wasn't really meant to be an actual like full-on continuity. Because I think some people get the wrong impression about that. The way the line continuity works is that it's not in, because the way it worked was it wasn't a direct like in continuity with everything that was going on. Because like the Alliance continuity kind of refers to was like kind of like because what was considered part of the Alliance continuity was like the War for Cybertron games, the Prime cartoon, the Rescue Bots, the novels, and some fans were like, well, these don't really match up, because there's a very different art style for both of them, like for all these things. There's a little bit, some changes here and there to certain characters, but the way it really works is that it's not really so much as it's an actual like full on like in continuity story. Is more so that it's sort of the new status quo for how the Transformers mythology goes. Like, like for example, like how Batman, because like how Batman has the his origin, right? And so that's kind of what they were trying to do with the Alliance continuities, create their version of like Batman's origin story, like for the Transformers mythology, like where they have Optimus Prime, Megatron, for example. They have their friendship, but then Megatron came from a gladiator, and Prime was a librarian or a clerk or whatever. And so, and you'll see that storyline kind of continue is sort of what they use for the Prime cartoon, the video games, and a lot of the novels. So that's kind of what the Alliance continuity kind of refers to. because I think it's been, which is understandable, because obviously I was confused about it, myself for a time, because Transformers lore has always been confusing, but yeah. Hey Jacob, how you doing, man? Hope the stream is better now. I because it was lagging a little bit earlier. Not too sure if I fixed it or not. Yeah, seems to be red on the camera. Seems to be a lot brighter than it is in real life. It's a lot light. It's a lot darker on my end, but all right. Soundwave's in the lead. It's kicking ass. Still, choice today. Yeah, I'll leave that. Okay. Let's get the darker reds going now. Let's get my shadows going. Obviously, this shall all be in shadow. All right. Obviously, I'll have to come back here with my grays later. But yeah, I need to go. I also need to make a run to the art store sometime this month. Need more pins. Need more refills. So good. I definitely need a lot more blues. Some very. Well, I have a lot of blues, but they're kind of a lot of them are either dying or a lot of them don't really mesh well together. So to find more that kind of blend better together. Let's go. Okay. I'll use a darker red for the joint here. I'll use that for the shadow. Yes, go underneath. Yeah, use that. Shadow. Right. So I'll probably go for a little bit longer this time, since streams are going to be a bit more scarce this month because of work and stuff. So I might, and yeah, I still need to do my gaming stream. I'm not too sure what to do this week though. So I still need to test out Streamlabs because I want to do some gaming sometime because I like playing games. Wouldn't necessarily call myself a professional, but yeah, you don't have to be a professional to enjoy something. So we'll probably, I think we'll probably play some Splitgate or whatever before we like jump into like actual like playthroughs of like full-on story games. Like, because I want to do like the Transformers games, I want to do the Batman Arkham games. Maybe we could do the South Park games. I have not seen any of the Boba Fett show. I don't care to. Don't plan to. Zero interest. Here he gets his ass kicked by a Tusken Raider or some shit. It's like, what the fuck? So I'm just like, no, thank you. I'll stick to the Boba Fett from the EU and whatnot. Oh shit! I just realized I was mute. Yeah, it really was. Yeah, I'm just really kind of done with Disney at this point. Don't really care about their version of Star Wars. Yeah, because really, it's not really Star Wars. Yeah, we know better. But yeah, I'll do it for the red. Let's add some E46 maybe. Gonna blend the dark reds a bit better. Oh shit! Got a little red on his cheek there. All right, should we get the reds on Megatron going first, then we'll move on to the blues. So, okay, so it's one half the red of this is red of the arm, and then side. Okay, all right. Let's look at my toy reference. All right, so it's side here, and you can't really see it there, but you can definitely see it here. All right. There we go. All right. All right. Let's get the. Do you know who Black Santa is? The name sounds familiar, but not off the top of my head. All right, the red parts on Megatron. Nope. All right. Other than his eyes, obviously. Oh wait, actually, there's a little part on it. Yeah. Let's do this. It's supposed to be red. All right. All right. That should do it for the reds. Hey, Chris. How you doing, man? Black Wookiee Bounty Hunter. Is he from Legends or from Disney Star Wars? Because I have not. It's not really the most. I wouldn't call myself an expert on Legends, but. Just hold on. All right. Oh, I love Transformers Animated. I love that show. That was a really, really solid show, Transformers Animated. All right. Really love that the takes on the Autobots, Decepticons. Gosh. Got canceled way too early, is all I can say. Because they had a lot of really cool plans. They actually released they released some a script reading for what the first episode of the season 4 was going to be, and it was really fucking cool. Like, I love the way they were approaching like things. I mean, obviously they had a lot of plans moving forward that kind of got scrapped because Cartoon Network canceled them. But yeah, I really love that Transformers Animated. Marvel Comics. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea who that is then, because I have not been following anything Disney Star Wars since the Last Jedi. It's not a little bit of Mandalorian, but I couldn't really get into it. So just because when all the roads lead back to Luke Skywalker hanging out on a fucking planet, not helping the galaxy, not being a hero. It's like, no, thank you. I don't care I don't care how he got there, because that's not. I don't care how he gets there. I don't care what the reasoning is. He would never be in that place to begin with. It's not Luke Skywalker, but people still try to defend that movie. People still try to defend that garbage fucking movie. Unsuccessfully, I might add, because they never really give any real arguments as to why it works and all that. Yeah, not at all. Yeah, Transformers Animated though was really. They had some really good ideas that they were going to do in season 4. They were bringing Devastator at one point because they had some of the Constructicons kind of starting out in that series, which kind of borrows a little bit of inspiration from the G1 cartoon, because in the original G1 cartoon, they were actually built on Earth. At least in the first season, that was kind of their first origin. Obviously, they kind of retconned that in other episodes, but in the very first episode they were appearing in, they were built on Earth, so that's kind of like and in the animated cartoon, they were kind of brought to life by the Allspark and whatnot, and on Earth, and so it kind of borrows a little bit of inspiration from that. And there's a lot of nods to G1 in that show. They had Spike and Carly sometimes moving around as civilians. Obviously, they weren't the main sort of human cast in that show, but they were still hanging around and doing whatever. And they had Dinobot Island in the series. Yeah, lots of really cool nods, but also they do their own things with it and stuff like that. Shockwave had a really cool role as well. Gosh, really liked the way they did Shockwave in that series. And Blitzwing was fucking cool. Blitzwing fucking cracked me up in that series. He was fucking hilarious. Where they took the triple changer idea, or the that sort of concept, and kind of made it into his personality, where it's he had 3 separate personalities and stuff like that to go along with the triple changer aspect of his character. That was really cool. Obviously, Megatron was a total beast in that show. He was wrecking everybody. And I really liked the way they were doing him in the season 4, the script reading. It was really fucking solid. It was because they really play up his manipulative side a lot in that episode. He was playing everybody from behind the scenes and the whole thing while he's locked up in prison. It's really fucking cool. But yeah, better catch up with chat. Yeah. Just before Disney take over. He's actually pretty cool. Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha. So, yeah, they've been doing that a lot. They've been taking things from Legends or ideas from Legends and storylines and whatnot, and they kind of been sort of planting them in the because Rogue One's very much based off of Dark Forces, the video game, so. But honestly, I just don't care anymore. Obviously, they brought back Thrawn, and there's rumors they're going to do an Heir to Empire adaptation. I just don't care. It's just I don't need an adaptation of anything at this point. I'm perfectly content with the books and the audiobooks or whatever. Don't need another version, especially not from Disney. Not from Disney at this point. Drift. There's so many Transformers. Obviously, as my YouTube channel's name goes, it's obviously gonna be Megatron. I really love Megatron as a character. But when it comes to Transformers, it's so many fucking good characters. Yeah, Drift is an awesome character. Drift was really cool in IDW. There's so many Blitzwing, Astro Train, Omega Supreme, Optimus Prime, Soundwave, Starscream, Shockwave, Scorponok. There's so many great characters. It's hard to just pick one favorite. Grimlock, I love Grimlock. He's one of my favorites. gonna start using a little bit more lighter blues here. Just a minute. It's in a little. Yeah, should be fine. But yeah, Dritz was a really cool character in IDW. He's kind of like a samurai. Kind of has a, he was a Decepticon who kind of eventually fell out of loyalty and became an Autobot. Eventually, he's kind of on his own a lot of times as well. I think didn't he join the Wreckers at one point? He might have. I can't remember. But I'm okay with Hot Rod. I mean, obviously, I make fun of him every now and then, but I like the character. I like the idea of the character more precisely. But I think they could. There's definitely a potential with that character. They just have to really utilize it very well. I like Bumblebee. I prefer the original G1 Bumblebee though, the most. I don't know, because the Michael Bay films, they kind of went in the direction of turning him into sort of this badass type character, which kind of became the norm for a little bit, where they made him a bit more physical. Which to me, I prefer the original G1 Bumblebee because he was more. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the most powerful Autobot, But that's what made him inspiring to me, was that he was this kind of, even though he was the weakest of the Autobots and the smallest and whatnot, he was still just as brave as any of them. He's always willing to put his life down for the cause and whatnot. So I always found that to be the more interesting character of the versions. I actually really like that in IDW. That Bumblebee was actually the reason why Megatron kind of turned sides in that storyline. And there's a great moment in that book where, in Dark Cybertron, I believe, where he's actually carrying, because Megatron was in a fight with Galvatron, and he kind of got ripped in half. And this is a great moment where you have Bumblebee, the weakest Autobot, carrying Megatron, arguably the strongest Decepticon, and it's really a powerful scene when you consider the history of the characters and whatnot. I like Windblade. Windblade's a good character, I think. She had a really interesting way she came about, because she wasn't she didn't come about in a cartoon or a comic. She was actually a fan made sort of character in a way, where it's like Hasbro went and basically asked around the community and basically said, and kind of, it was basically a fan poll character essentially in it. And she's really cool. She has a really cool design, interesting story. I didn't really like the Michael Bay movies. The designs are just awful to me. I just couldn't really get behind it. And then obviously the storytelling is just awful in those. Less said the better about those movies, honestly. Here's who we're talking. I'm sorry. Ooh, maybe. All right, it's good. All right, starting to look a little better. Didn't want the blue to be too dark, I think it's good. I think I've got a good balance here. Yeah, there's so many fucking, I have so many problems with the Michael Bay Transformers movies. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, designs are one thing. The portrayal of Optimus Prime was just awful. It's just the first movie is fine, but then the second movie is where things really went downhill with the character, where they really emphasized the warrior aspect of his character more so than the inspirational, hopeful side of his character. It made him a lot more brutal and a lot more, doing things he probably shouldn't be doing. Like he's like ripping off the Decepticon face. It's just like that's not how Prime fights. Like Prime fights with a bit more respect and a little bit more dignity than that. Like that's something that like Grimlock or Ironhide or something like that would do. Not really. That's not really how Optimus Prime fights. He fights with a bit more. He's not opposed to like killing or anything like that. Obviously, he will kill if he has to, but he's a soldier, so obviously he's gonna kill. But he doesn't like glorify in it. That's the thing. So. What I actually think they got right in the Bumblebee movie was his fighting style, and that was perfect to me because it's like he's not like overly glorifying it. He's not like ripping people's heads off. No, he's just doing it because it's his job. It's part of his job. It's not something he enjoys, something that he enjoys doing. And it didn't really come up. I mean, it wouldn't obviously in the fifth movie when they had Prime turn evil, like and stuff. Like, I mean, the fourth movie he went fucking nuts. Like, he went fucking full schizo in that movie. It's like, it was like he's just not Optimus Prime in that movie at all. Whereas, like, he's kind of just portraying a lot of his values and whatnot. It's just like that's not Optimus Prime. I hate when they try to make heroes darker in order to make them interesting. When that's not really what they're supposed to be doing. Like that, it's not. Optimus Prime should never be a dark character at all. And there should never be. That's what I didn't like about the Netflix series either. It's they kind of darken that character up a little bit, a lot more moodier, a lot more grim. It's just not really not the character. His name is Optimus Prime. His whole character is built on optimism. Like that's the whole point of his character. He's about hope in a dark situation, because it's definitely not a happy world he's living in. Obviously, he's been fighting a war his whole life, but he fights with an undying spirit of hope and optimism. It's Optimus Prime to me. Yeah, and it's like they kind of hint at like there's a they haven't like become Nemesis Prime in that series, that series is kind of like a future premonition of what would happen to Optimus Prime in that series. I don't see. I mean, obviously, I had a lot of problems with that portrayal of Optimus Prime to begin with, and then I guess it didn't really come as too much of a surprise that he would just become Nemesis Prime. It's just like he's just moping around the whole time in the series. It's just not. Optimus Prime is not a moper, all right? He's like. He doesn't like these characters don't mope around. They take action. They make a smart and decisions and whatnot. Like, and he's just making really dumb decisions in the Netflix series as well in the first season as well. And it's just like I just couldn't really get behind him. Yeah, she's based off of a her design is very much like a geisha sort of a design there. It's a really interesting design, really cool. Actually, drew Lorena Crayola as her because that's what she requested. So that was a lot of fun. I kind of like made like the makeup sort of like from the Transformer onto Lorena's. As for her like makeup or whatever, but yeah, like I just could not get into the Michael Bay version of Optimus Prime at all. It's just like, I mean, way too dark, way too brutal. Just not the character. And don't even get me started on how they treated Megatron in that whole series. The whole series is just fucking on the back burner. He's not the main villain half the time. It's like. And if he is the main villain, he's either someone else's puppet string or he's barely in the movie, like in the first movie. Like he's barely in the movie, and it's just like, okay. Yeah, take the most important, most famous villain in the franchise and just reduce him to grunt work. He's kind of just like it's like every film after that, he's like bowing down to some other villain. Like in the second movie, it was the Fallen. The third movie, Centaur Prime. And then the fourth movie, he's not doing shit. And then the fifth movie, he's working with Contessa. It's just like, can we have Megatron be the main villain for once? It's like he's a good character. He's a good character. Use him well. There's a lot you can do with the character. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's some things I liked about the Netflix series, but then there's a lot of things I just do not like at all. Yeah, it was a very mixed bag, yeah. Then the guy playing Optimus Prime just doesn't sound like Optimus Prime. It's very much an impression, and kind of the way they, I just like they kind of treating the old actors like shit, you know. And the blue's looking a little off. I have to touch that up later. Where it's like they kind of they're only like hiring them to do the impression. Now the Megatron voice is okay, but the Prime voice is just awful. It's very clear they're just trying to do a Peter Cullen impression, not trying to do he's not trying to do his own thing with it. Hey, Rat Kitty, how you doing? Oh, Starscream's in the lead. Hell yeah! Awesome. All right. So it's a little dark here. I might get a lighter shade of blue going. Actually, I gotta save those for the sky. That's the only problem. Because my lighter blues are kind of dying on me. Yeah, they had a Beast Wars. They didn't bring back David Cage for Beast Wars Megatron, and so, and they didn't bring back what's his name, the original Optimus Primal voice, who in my opinion should be if they're going to replace Peter Cullen, it should be him, like the guy playing him, Gary Chalk. Yeah, they should definitely be getting obviously I understand, because. Obviously Peter Cullen and Frank Welker are not going to be here forever, but it's still very disrespectful, in my opinion, the way they've been kind of treating them in more recent days. Like Peter Cullen himself was not actually he almost didn't make it into the Bumblebee movie. Actually, they were going to get someone else until they, there's a lot of like drama behind that movie that whatnot. And I just can't really get behind that. All right, I think that does it for the blue on Prime. Obviously, we'll go back and use some grays to kind of. I really like David K as Megatron. He added a really interesting, more of a sophisticated angle to the character that I really liked. Let's put my reds away for now. Yeah, we'll keep my blues around in case I want to talk about them later. Pull out some. Let's get Megatron going. And we'll get the grays rolling here. But yeah, they're gonna get someone to replace Peter Cullen's Gary Chalk. He did a really good job not just in Beast Wars, but also in the Armada trilogy. Actually, even though I wasn't really a big fan of the trilogy, I still think he did a really good job as Optimus Prime in that series. All right, so we use the neutral grays on Megatron. So just gonna be looking over at my shoulder. It's got my toy sitting there for reference. Yeah, always good to have toys of the thing you're drawing. It's really useful because you can actually see the figure from all angles and stuff. Makes my job a lot easier. I think I'll use cool grays for the faceplate. That way I can make it a little bit different from the the main figure here. Yeah. Yep, I knew that. Yeah, Peter Cullen did the voice for, or the sound for Predator. He's also what's his name? What's the character's name in the Winnie the Pooh? Eeyore. He played Eeyore in that series. He also played Ironhide in the original cartoon, but he never gets to play him anymore. And he hasn't played. I don't think he's played him since the '86 movie, actually, which was actually kind of a funny story. Back when he was coming back to play Optimus Prime in the 2007 movie, he had to go back and do an actual script reading for Optimus Prime because he apparently he had to do another casting session, even though he's been playing the character for like 2 years. Even though he's been the voice of the. But there's a funny moment in that Peter Cullen talks about where he was basically doing his lines, and he was kind of like doing a script. It's kind of like a script reading, kind of a faux whatever. And and there's a scene with Ironhide, and they got some girl to sort of improvise and play Ironhide in that scene. And Peter Cullen just like said, give me that microphone. I'll show you how it's done, lady. Because like Peter Cullen did the voice of Ironhide, so and so he's just like, and then he's just kind of getting fed up with her because she was just like, oh, I'm Ironhide and shit. And he's just like, you're not. And Peter Cullen took the mic away and was just like, let me do this. It's like, let me do my job. Yeah, I love Ironhide. He's a fun character. That always bugs me in the '86 movie when they kill him off. I was just like, I don't know, always like, and that scene still bothers me. That scene still bothers me when they take out Ratchet and Prowl and Ironhide. I mean, it was a cool scene. It was a cool scene, but but yeah, it still bothers me to this day. Try the foot. This is more. Okay, let's get a darker shade going. Get the tube up here. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't know who that guy is, but I hope his family is doing all right. Yeah, that was always like kind of funny to me the way. Like, I just love Peter Cullen. He's just so fun, funny guy. I actually got to meet him actually a couple of years ago, which was a really cool moment for me, and Frank Walker and Greg Berger, which was really cool. And for those who don't know, Greg Berger was the original voice for Grimlock and Jetfire, and I think he played a couple other characters, but those are the kind of main ones that he played. Oh, this guy's done me. Gotcha. Yeah, they killed it. There was like more deaths actually. If you didn't know, there's a lot more deaths that were originally supposed to be there in like the original. Oh shit. Storyboards for the movie. Oh my gosh, thank you. Yeah, there's like a because I went through the original storyboards a while back, and it's like, yeah, there's a bunch of characters that were supposed to die in the movie that were cut out. Like Mirage was supposed to be taken out, Trailbreaker, Red Alert, Shockwave, Huffer gets killed, which who cares? Fuck Huffer. Fuck. Huffer was so fucking annoying in the original cartoon, so that's the only death that doesn't really bother me. I think Smokescreen or Blue Streak, it was one of them that I think that might have been taken out. And Trax 2, I think, got killed. But I can't remember for certain. I do not like this pen. It's dying on me. Yeah. About to go shopping. You get new ink. Placement ink. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, they killed everybody from the season 1 cartoon though series. They kept some people from season 2 still alive, obviously Perceptor and Blaster. I think the only ones that survived were like, I think Sideswipe might have survived. I can't remember. I think Hound and Sunstreaker survived. Jazz survived. Cliffjumper survived. Bumblebee. Prime survived, but that was much later when he came back in the series. Well, he came back twice in the series. He came back in that one episode in season 3, where he came back as a zombie, where he was kind of turned evil by the Quintessons, and then Rodimus had to stop him and whatnot. But he eventually became a good guy in the end, obviously, because he's Optimus Prime. Yeah. Then he came back later on in the Return of Optimus Prime and some of the last episodes of season 4. So. All right, this pens. Magneto Grays need some replacement or ink pretty soon. Can't remember where I'm working tomorrow. Near the store I usually go to. All right, let's get a couple cool rays. I think that'll be it. Get some shadows going here. Okay. Maybe. I'm not really the biggest manga fan, but but I like the art style. Let's get my shadows cast in here. One shadow here. Let's get the 0. Here, I'll zoom in on Megatron for y'all. Let's get the head. Okay, let's get the Yeah. So, okay. All right. The darker shades of gray going. Start with, yeah, we'll start with 6. I think we'll use a cool gray for the fusion cannon when we get to it. Right there. Hey, Kilicho. How you doing? It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a little while here. Hope you're doing well. Let's get the thumb going. Just gotta make sure I don't color in the matrix by accident. Get shadows. All right. I think I might hold the 4 actually. Just a minute. Let's get the light going. Ooh, I think I messed up on the axe here. Hold on. So we're gonna do supposed to do a glow around it, but a little late now. Kind of fucked that up. Oh well. Maybe they get a little bit of effect from it. And no, we'll just have to stuck it up and just make it a basic sort of axe going on there. I'm trying to zoom out. I can't zoom out anymore. All right. Let's get that. Okay. Okay. The 4. Even though it's dying. Still use it. Should I pull up the pen here? There. And for those who don't know, I'm using a Pentel brush pen, but it has gray ink in it, so it kind of it's really good for like adding like gray tones, and because the good thing about it is that it kind of covers like large areas. Because Pentel brushes are really good for that. So, and oof, shit. Okay. Yeah. Have to fix that later. I think Mara's live now, so on the Twitches. So. Which, for those who don't know, I actually dropped by the other day on her channel, on her Twitch channel, because she actually got the voice guys synced up so that you can actually hear her teammates like myself when we were playing Splitgate the other day. So that was a lot of fun. I was playing with Cowman, Phil, all them. Good times. So from now on, if you want to actually hear my voice, which I don't know why you would, but but if you want to hear my voice as or how I interact with people in games and whatnot, and want to see my ragingness, yeah, go check her out. Every Tuesday, we usually play Splitgate together most of the time. Handling cannon going. Probably have to get more of these pens. I have 2 of them when I ordered them, so they'll last me for a little bit. But really liking the effects I can get from it. Ooh, actually, I should have a nice purple glow to it. That'd be kind of cool. Yes, do that. Because usually his energy blast from his cannon are usually purple, so we'll have like a nice like little orange. Then we'll have like charging up, yeah. That nice purple going on in there. Add just a little bit of purple to the smoke here. Do that. All right. So Starscream's still in the lead in the poll there, so it's cool. All right. Cool gray. Let's get the crotch going. Some nice shadows. Let's get the hand going. But yeah, for those who haven't been keeping up, I actually, I didn't really make an announcement on Twitter, but for those who have been hanging in the chats, you kind of know I'm kind of working on a little bit of working on a little comic book idea. Past couple days, because a couple days ago I kind of got a bit of a surge of ideas going for a superhero type comic book. No, there's no like apparent like or scheduled like release date at all right now. It's kind of working out the story details first and foremost, because that's the most important thing, is making sure you have a good story. Obviously, I still need to do a lot of growing as an artist before I can really feel comfortable making my own comic book. I want it to be my very best work, So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun though when I really start ramping up and getting into it though. I can't really discuss like all the details right now because it's kind of very vague at the moment in terms of what the story I'm trying to go for. But well, I'll give the basic idea of what I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to go for a bit more of a not really old school in the sense that it'll be like I kind of have a old school sensibilities for what I think superheroes should be. So kind of going to go back to that sort of mentality for superheroes when not to be confused like with like it's not gonna be like Super Friends where it's like oh gee golly Batman or whatever whatever the hell, but it's gonna go back to that sort of it's gonna have a very like family friendly sort of vibe because I think to me superheroes should always be for a family audience. I always in the sense that everyone should be able to enjoy it. Like I want something that'll be appeal to everybody. Not in the way the modern writers try to appeal to people, but I guess Katana or Black Lightning from The Outsiders. Yeah, I go Katana. Yeah, she's cool. But yeah, for the comic book, I kind of want to have a very classic sort of superhero comic book vibe going on for it. So. They're not going to be, it's not going to be a deconstruction of like superheroism, heroism, and whatnot. It's going to be real heroism, real aspirational, hopeful characters and stuff like that, which I think the world kind of needs more of. I think the world could use more inspirational superheroes, not so much the darker heroes, even though they do have their place, obviously. And there will be like sort of those archetypes in my story. I have some ideas for that, but for the most part, the storyline and the characters are going to be built on hope and optimism. So. At least that's my intention and my goals. So. And I started to get a better idea, understanding of some of the characters I'm working on. I kind of know the archetype I'm kind of going for. It's just kind of figuring out the the story and obviously their backstories and whatnot. That's really the tricky part, but I'm starting to get a bit. But I got a lot more ideas I've been working on the past couple of days. So. Hopefully it pays off in the end. All right, I think we're getting somewhere there with Megatron. Pretty sharp. I'm gonna lie. You really like the laser now. Nice and shiny. Nice and shiny. Actually, it should be a little bit darker here. And a little bit more over here. Maybe it's possible. I don't really follow the mainstream comic book industry anymore. Just don't care anymore. I'm more focused on my own comic book right now. I'm more focused on just making my own comic book. So I'm creating my own characters and stuff. So no real. So I really have no interest in what DC or Marvel is doing anymore. Okay, let's get the grays over here a little bit darker. All right. I had a little bit of a, not too much, but I had a little of the blue green to the, just had a little bit of a chrome sort of hint to him. Not too much, obviously. I don't want to be, shining, But, all right, I think that's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with that right now. So let's get prime going now. Let's get the grays on prime going. Let's get the chrome elements first, and then we'll kind of move on to the legs and whatnot. So obviously the chrome elements needs a little bit of blue green. Just be that and a little bit of the grill, but you can't really see the grill. It's kind of covered up. I like the Silver Age Batman. Hey, Jacob. All right, see you later, Jacob. Hope you have a wonderful night. Hope you wish you well. All right, let's get the smokestacks. And we need the face going, which will be kind of we'll do a cool gray for that as well. But yeah, I'm a big fan of like the more classic Batman. Not so much there's some modern age stuff I like of Batman, but I prefer the more traditional Batman. Which isn't really the way they're going about the character nowadays. They're going for more of the Frank Miller way of thinking with Batman, which I'm not really the biggest fan of. So it's not really in my favor there. So. I just don't really like when they try to make the character too dark, Obviously, he lives in a dark world, but he himself should be really internalizing all of that darkness, Yeah, that's never really been the point of the character. And I should probably add a little bit of blue-green to the windows here. It should be cracked. Oof. Whatever. All right, let's get the torso going. Get some of this stuff out. Had a bit of a smoky sort of effect going on. And all the debris. Yes, I'm familiar with Gardner Fox and not Otto Binder. I've never heard of him before. Let's get that going. Add a bit more sort of the smoke effect from the damage here. All right. Let's pull out. Let's pull 4. Yeah. Put a shadow in the grays here. Let's darken up the arms here. Oh, no problem. No problem, Grumpy. It's all good, man. All right. Ooh, I have not been shown what I've been drawing this whole time. Oh, well. Yeah, I think the blue on Authors is a little too dark, but can't really do anything about that right now. So. All right, let's get the axe going. We'll take a break from the grays. Then we'll do the matrix, the symbol on Megatron, the blast, and the eyes. So let's just get Prime's eyes going real quick. Let's get the PO. Just a little bit. Go back in with the Uniball or Jelly Roll to kind of touch up the eyes, add a little bit of highlight to it. But yeah, let's get that axe colored up now. Pull my oranges. It's kind of an orangey yellow. So we're going to start with yellows and work our way to orange on the other side. Obviously, add a little bit of glow here. Pin's not meant to stay put. Okay, oh, okay, yeah, that's awesome. Gotcha. Oh, I didn't know that. You created a Mary Marvel. That's cool. Might have to white that whole element there out or something. I don't know. Actually, my orange. I might be able to fix that with some orange. I don't know. kind of go a little bit out of sight. It's not really a lost cause, actually. I think light wouldn't really shine that much off of him anyways, because he's a darker shade of gray here, so not entirely lost here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this side should be a little darker. Okay. Should gradually sort of build up to the orange. I should probably. Yes, I'm well aware of who Hugo Strange is. Great character, great villain. Had a pretty big role in the the Arkham games, which was pretty cool. And I think he was in the Gotham show, but I don't know how they portrayed him because I haven't really watched much of that. All right. Yeah, he's one of the older Batman villains, actually. Not a very well-known villain. Well, I guess he's kind of become a bit more popular in more recent days because of the Arkham games and his role in the Batman and whatnot. As well as the animated series. They did an episode with Hugo Strange in that as well, where he actually uncovered, because that's his whole thing was that he was one of the first villains to actually uncover Batman's identity as Bruce Wayne and whatnot. But he's like really, really fucking insane and stuff like that too. All right, just trying to get some move. Might end up using a little more yellow. Kind of using a similar technique to when I did the Beast Wars Megatron for the Zax. Before that, when I did that was for the what was it? The flames coming out of his mouth, which is still in customs. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that because it's been sent on to lethal lightning, but I have no idea where the fuck it is. I don't know if it got lost. I don't know if there's. Well, I heard there's a big delay going on in Australia, but as well as here in Vancouver, but it's out of my control. So, well, I might email Canada Post about that and see what's happening. It should have been there by now, arrived by now. Although customer service for Canada Post is kind of dog shit, so. Not very helpful with your problems. All right. Not that one. I think we use this guy. Use a little bit of yellow. Get out of my way. All right. Let's see. Let's get this guy. Yeah, let's get a darker shade of orange going. Not that one. This guy. Yes, I've read some of the IDW stuff, not all of it, obviously, because where I live, they don't really have a lot of the older stuff. I actually have to order a lot of the older stuff online, like the All Hail Megatron series, Megatron Origins. But yeah, I really like. There's some of that I like, but some of that I don't like. It's kind of a give or take type of thing. But I like most of it. Like where I live, like the older volumes aren't really easy to find. And they go for a really big penny on eBay. It's a little off there, but yeah, it should be fine. Margo. Ooh, yeah. I've never read the IDW Godzilla stuff. Never really been the biggest monster universe type fan. All right, that should be good for now. Yeah, let's look at the shadowing. Show the glow effect going on Prime here. A little bit of shade of red. Just kind of blend that in nicely. I think this guy might be good for it. Okay. 14 actually. Yeah, it's good. All right, let's get the matrix going. Then we'll get the cannon going. We'll get some little details here to get on Prime. Just little yellow parts and on his arm here. There we go. Almost forgot. Let's grab this guy. Oh, jeez. Right. Phone's dying, but should be good for now since it's plugged in. I'm probably gonna die immediately once I'm done the stream. All right, it's looking pretty good. Let's get the matrix going on. It's kind of an orangey sort of gold. Oop, I think there's code on his arm. It's okay, easy fix. Yeah, zoom in just so you can see what I'm coloring in. No idea. Not really the most knowledgeable on those characters. I guess he's Samurai Jack. Little Cry was trained by Shredder, so probably go either way. All right, let's get that guy going. And let's go a little bit blue. Let's get a little bit of this guy. All right. No idea. I don't know anything about Samurai Jack, buddy. No, I'm not familiar with Usagi. All right, let's get the fusion cannon going. Let's get this guy. And let's get this guy. And you're not seeing what I'm drawing. Work on the cannon, or the sort of the glow of the cannon. It's about to be fired. Totally not a one-sided fight here. Gotcha. It's pretty cool. That's a little much. I have to shade that in better. Oh, shit. Yeah, a lot of little details here and there as we go. Tidy that up. All right, let's get his eyes. I think I need brush pens. There we go. And we'll get this symbol going. Hold on. Need to pull out a lighter purple. I think this guy's dying on me. Let's see. There's some little details on his chest there. Just to make sure I get the colors right. All right. Stand up. It's like underneath here, it's like supposed to be yellow. And then like supposed to be like tealish blue. This guy. Okay. Yeah, that should do it. Gotcha. All right. Okay. Let's get darker shade for the eye. Yeah, I'll keep the eyes like that. Make some pop a bit more. Let's get a BB23. There we go. Put a symbol. Sorry about that. Yeah. I was having a little something down. We did talk to them about something, but we're good now. All right. All right. All right. I think we need to. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to the background, and we'll do the little details here later. It's gonna be. I kind of want to. Hold on. I have so many fucking pictures here. Yeah, I love him. Yeah, Mehmet's a cool character. I actually drew him on stream last month, which was a lot of fun. Just need to find my. I guess we'll go with an orangey sort of brown. The background. I'll start with this guy. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Because the original cartoon was kind of an orangey sort of a brownish color for the sand or the deserts or whatnot. So, yeah. And you can't really see what I'm doing. Spin you around. There we go. Time is it? 6:50. It'll probably end this in about 30 minutes or so. Getting kind of tired. Hopefully I should be able to get the basics of the basic coloring done. But hopefully I get this guy down. My gosh. Blues are kind of running out, so I need to get some new ones. Or light blues rather. Kind of dying on me. So gonna have to restock soon. Might go this weekend actually. Oop. There we go. Oh, fucking God. This cord on my camera then. Or not the cord, but the iPhone plug-in thing keeps popping out. I don't know why. I'm just getting old. Let's get that. Probably gonna darken that. Some warm grays later. Let's go all the way. I do not at the moment, but I probably should. I haven't really been able to follow a whole lot of people right at the moment. Yeah, he definitely seems like a really, really good guy, though. I like Chuck. Let's go all the way. A little bit too far. All right, should be good. Yeah, I still need a big desk. Solve a lot of my problems. Yeah, this guy's dying on me. Yeah. I might have to just use warm grays and some browns. Let's try. Yeah, should be good. Try to go for that kind of old school sort of environment sort of vibe going on here. Because I usually like would fight in like deserts and stuff in the old cartoon. So I'm kind of like picturing this like sort of like a rocky sort of environment. People who worked on Netflix Cobra Kai, maybe, yeah, maybe they'd be a decent pick for Ninja Turtles. I've heard good things about Cobra Kai, so maybe. From my understanding, they're kind of honoring the fans, honoring the source material. So. Which I probably won't be the case when Seth Rogen gets his hands on the Turtles, which, God, I can only imagine what that's going to turn out to be. Let's go all the way. All the way. I'm probably seeing the darkness blacking that thing out anyways. Thanks, man. Yeah, I usually go for very basic backgrounds. I think that less is more. Especially for like action or character centered pieces. So just go for a very basic sort of background here. Usually ends up being better if it's just a very simple thing. That way, it doesn't distract the viewer from what's most important about it. Because if you like put too much in the background, you can kind of take away from what you're supposed to be like paying attention to, which is like the action and the characters or what have you. So I guess gonna talk a little bit about my comic book or some of the ideas I've been having. I won't go into too many specifics because it's kind of still, like I said earlier, it's very early stages. But the idea I'm going for is kind of like a sci-fi sort of superhero. Obviously, it's going to be very much a superhero story. It's kind of an idea I had for a little while. It's kind of just more recently where the ideas for it kind of resurfaced because I got a couple days ago, I kind of a little bit more of a boost of ideas and stuff like that. just been brainstorming all week. Just ideas that have been popping in my head every now and then. But yeah, it's supposed to be so yeah, like very much a sci-fi superhero type of story for it. I got a feel for some characters. Some of the one of the villains I actually have a pretty good understanding of. Like I got kind of a really good idea for. At least I think it's a good idea. Who knows? Might end up sucking. But never hurts to try though. So that's what we'll do. That's why I like to take my time on these things. And I'm really gonna be like putting a lot of my time and effort into it this whole year. So just coming up with designs, coming up with ideas, and making sure the story is solid and the idea is and make it appealing. Obviously, you don't want to just like make something that no one's gonna watch or whatever. All right, let's get darker shades for the background actually. Yeah. Some darker browns. No, I remember that. Gotcha. Some darker shades here. Kind of similar to how I did the Mr. Freeze one, but without ice. The brown instead of blues. So I'm pretty sure I killed all my blues after that draw stream. Because they're all like just dying on their last legs now. But it was worth it. I was really proud of that one. I actually really like the way that one turned out. From the comic book, it's going to be very much a team based story. Originally it was going to be like one hero story, but I kind of decided, no, I want to do a team. I want to do a team of heroes. So, because I like groups of characters. I like superhero teams and stuff like that. It's fun. I like seeing like character dynamics and seeing how having different personalities kind of clashing with one another. So right now it's a team of 4, but there could be more members going on. I might add a 5th member actually, but right now there's 4 in mind at the moment. But they're not going to be the only heroes in the universe I'm creating. It's going to be, I kind of want this world to be kind of expansive, very large. There's like endless possibilities. I kind of want to go for that sort of idea. So, lots of heroes, lots of villains, and lots of fun. So that's what I'm trying to go for. No, I'm not really the biggest Western guy. Never seen that. So I guess I didn't really get to do a whole lot this stream. I'm gonna kind of end it in a couple minutes now. It's kind of tired. Been working and all week, so I didn't really get a whole lot of sleep last night because I had a shift last night, and then I had a shift early this morning. So, but it pays the bills. So what can you do? Yeah, do what you gotta do. Just get all that. It's all that shit. Maybe I like a nice orange tint to it. Yeah, but we can get a little bit of the old school cartoon vibe going. Just kind of how I prefer the Transformers, because I prefer the old school. It's old school better. It's awesome, man. I hope it's glad you like it. All right, let's get some other colors going here. Oh, yeah, fuck that guy. All right. A bit of orange. All right. I wasn't trying. That's cool. Yeah. Come on. Honestly, if I was to do a Transformers movie, I'd probably just go with the original cast. Like, I probably wouldn't even do a live action film, honestly, because you probably get more characters out of a animated film if you actually did that way. And I'd obviously use the first season like Autobot Decepticon cast. That's kind of how I'd want to go about things. Obviously, you'd have like the classic sort of character dynamics and whatnot, like that. I feel like I'm kind of missing a little bit in some stories. Like obviously they keep obviously every show has the Megatron Starscream dynamic, but they don't really have those other character dynamics that are kind of missing in a lot of the newer stuff, like the Ironhide Optimus Prime friendship. Is one of them. So they're kind of missing out on some opportunity, really interesting opportunities for those two characters as well. Yeah, let's get a darker shade for the background here. Some darker browns. That way, Megatron kind of pops out a bit more. At the same time, I want to take away from the fusion cannon there. So yeah, tricky thing here. So can't go all dark on it, maybe, but enough to kind of make a difference. 1017. Ooh. Yeah, we'll go to 7-4. Or not 10. It's 7. 718. We'll go till 7:45. So about 30, 20 plus minutes. I want to get the rocks and the mountain going. Then we can kind of do then I guess do the sky like off the camera later. Right. Better tone down the brown or the orange. Let me do this. Gotcha. All right. Her. Actually, let's get that up. Yeah, a bigger one actually. Raise that up. Yeah, that should be fine. So I kind of make this a bit more natural looking here. I think if I get this layout. Which I think a warp gray essentially would be better. Let's pull it 3. Okay, let's pull the 5 and the 7. Hopefully the 5 doesn't die me. And it might. Fuck. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop by the art store at some point this weekend, hopefully. Need more markers. Marker ink. The background figured out. All right, I think that's. I can go for. You'll need. What's gonna help me? All right, I need to go over that gray. Gray now. Or this guy. All right. This guy. Okay. So I think we're gonna finish the ground here, and then I'm gonna call it a wrap. Just gonna. We'll do a little bit of the background here, and then we'll call it quits for the night. I am tired. She's close, doing a good job of blending some of the backgrounds and whatnot. Uses often for blend the browns and the oranges. All right, I think that's going to do it for tonight. Just going to touch up this area a bit more. Obviously, once I go back with the Uniball, I'll kind of touch up some of these detail work here. But not the Uniballs, the Jelly Rolls. I just call them Uniballs. It's easier. All right, I think that does it. Well, obviously, I'll finish it up off camera. But yeah, that's going to do it for the night here. All right, thanks for dropping by, everybody. This is what I like in my morning stream. I usually have more energy in the morning. At night, I'm usually beat. But yeah, thanks for watching. I got a good amount done today, so I feel it's got good progress on it. Well, it's good. Better view of it so far. So yeah, thanks for dropping by, everybody. I saw Kaylee Chow, Chris, Jacob, Grumpy, Riot Kitty, Javad. Yeah, so it's good to see you guys joining me. Obviously, streams, if you missed the beginning of the stream, things are going to be a little bit complicated because work's going to be a little bit busy this month. It usually is around January. So streams are going to be a little bit bare this week. So, but I'll try to. So if you follow me on Twitter, I'll try to update as much as possible on when I'm going to be coming by. So, but yeah, let's find a clip to end this off on. What do we want to end this off on? Let's get them OG Autobots and Decepticons. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be streaming whenever, obviously. So I'm hoping to get a gaming stream out sometime this month. Probably not this week. Maybe on the weekend. I might use one of my day offs for that, but yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys whenever. So later, guys. Oh.
You were good, Prime, but Megatron is better. Well done, Megatron! Remember this, Prime. Don't fuck with the Decepticons. Report.
Lord Megatron, the ship is under attack by the Autobots.
But the warship is cloaked. How is that possible?
The medic lives. Mobilize what remains of our forces. Still, Megalock must be defended at all costs. If Optimus Prime wishes to wage a battle for the fate of both Earth and Cybertron, then I shall oblige him. This will be our last stand.